Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And away we go at the link. On the return, Britton Covey. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackled by Jack Campbell. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Go Silver, right? At the 26-yard line. Miami.
First down, and they go right back to him. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's on the move. And he's tackled for a short gain. Working quickly here.
DJ Reader brought him down. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
First down throwing for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third and just 2 to go.
No touch that.
Hurts now from the gun. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. From the pistol, Hurts escapes the pocket. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
King, Bill King, Bill King.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Barkley's got it. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone. 3rd and goal. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Eagles looking for the game's opening score.
Great, set.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and goal.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Great, set.
On 4th down, Hurts. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. James Bradbury up from the secondary for that tackle. Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Within 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Throwing from near his own goal line. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Now, in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting a throw of some kind of way and avoiding the safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage just because you're worried about taking a safety. You still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football.
Able to get it to Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
One final shot before halftime. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's into the end zone. No time left, and they take the lead right as halftime arrives. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That's up and through for the point after. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Craig Reynolds to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. Down the sideline to the 45. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
First down throw from Goff. Finds Laporta. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Montgomery, and he's in for the touchdown. The Lions cut into the lead coming out of halftime. David Montgomery with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
No touch that. No touch.
Hurts looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more, or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Chased out to his right. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That heater's going to fall to the turf.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Gong. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, Goff. He beams one deep right side. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. And the Eagles take over at the 41-yard line.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
No touch it. No touch.
Now Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Great, set. No touch.
Looking to throw. Stays upright. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Great, set. No touch.
After the sack, another pass on second down. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
No touch, set. No touch.
Here he is to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. They're out and set, first and 10. He'll look to throw it. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Here he is to throw. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Cut. Ric Flair.
Now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Setting up to pass. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Back to throw. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Throwing again. It's Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route, and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. It's an 8-yard pickup, and then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Now a timeout's called. It's not their last one, though, so they can try another play before setting up for that field goal. So everything comes down to this from Jake Bates. Only a 20-yarder here. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Lions get the win on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. With Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Philadelphia.
Paid for.